So now that we're all refreshed, you all had your breakfast as well, we will be moving on with our day. Our next session is on artificial intelligence for laboratory master data processing from conception to realization. Now, there would be two speakers who will be coming to speak for this session. First of all, to give us a brief overview of Global Value Web, I would like to invite on stage Dr. Krishna Bhagwatula, Managing Director, India. Dr. Krishna brings in a strategic direction to expand GVW's global presence, portfolio of services, and continuous process improvements through strong leadership to drive the execution. Krishna has nearly 2 decades of experience in the life sciences and healthcare industry with a proven track record of transforming organizations, enabling operational and business outcomes. Now, before I hand over to you, Krishna, I know once Krishna has introduced Global Value Web, he would be joined by Mr. Parthiban Sulur. Parthi, as he's fondly known as, is the Vice President for Innovation and Growth for GVW Center in Chennai. He has over 30 years of professional experience with more than a decade in the pharma and life sciences industry. He possesses multidisciplinary skills in almost all function areas such as R&D, delivery management, operations, consulting, business development, and sales. So I will now hand this over to the both of you.
Yep. Thank you. It's working. Yeah, great. Good morning to all of you, and I think you're all still energetic and excited in the day too, especially after this wonderful sessions that are going on, and I think yesterday's evening, the drum beats probably rejuvenated all of our energies to continue for the next day too. So thank you for that, and thank you for the kind introduction. It's really a great honor to be here with everyone, and being a part of this event also gives us an opportunity to not only share about what Global Value Web does, but also try to understand more from you and also get to interact more with you about what is happening in the field of data that we work with, and also showcase some of the key things that we are going to present or walk you through with in the next 10-15 minutes, and giving you an insight into how Global Value Web works and who we are and why we are here today in this event. On that note, the key focus on our topic today is going to be about the AI and master data, which I think Parthiban will be also walking through, giving you more insights. But I'll give you a brief insight about Global Value Web. We are actually an expert in the field of handling and accessing the data. So we work with basically different pharma companies and biotech companies and healthcare and CRO industries in handling and working with their data. And also our main focus goal is to enhance your performance basically by trying to optimize your data and also trying to enable you so that you can serve your customers better. And that's where we come into picture mostly, handling and working with data. And I think I'll also show you what we do in the next few slides. If you look at this slide, this clearly gives you an overall view about who we are as an organization. We are a 15-year-old company, Netherlands-based company. Our founder, Louis Hendricks, who is unable to be here today, sends his best wishes to everyone here, and he actually is an expert in the field of working with the patient-to-patient data and how the data has been, can be very, very efficient in getting you to the level of what you want to do in different phases of an organizational development or in the different phases of an organization evolution, be it in the research domain or development domain and the operations domain. So when we move into the operations domain, which is the day-to-day activities that we see in any organization, what we come into picture here is mainly working with your LIMS implementation, handling your master data, maintenance, configuration, updates, and then also working on your sample logistics management, then also working on with some of the key services that are required, whether it is APR, PQR, CPV, then moving on to your stability study management, which is also a very critical factor in terms of operations. Similarly, we also are a value chain, patient-to-patient value chain, end-to-end value chain, helping you in terms of your planning, enabling inventory management, and then moving on to your reliability reporting and value stream mapping. Similarly, in the development, we work with various top-notch pharma industry experts or clients globally, helping them to achieve their desired goals, especially when it comes to providing scientific integration as a service, material science as a service, regulatory technical writing, and not only that, but also compendial affairs, pharmacopoeia, method specification, consolidation, standardization, lifecycle management, product lifecycle management. All of this, by applying some of our expertise into this, some of the skill set that we have with, and providing you more of a cutting edge technology. Similarly, when it comes to the research division domain, that's more, as we know, is always an innovation area for any organization, where they focus on trying to do something new and something emerging, something for the futuristic next requirement that we see as we are in the hardcore, ever-changing field of technology-driven organizations in pharma or healthcare or biotech. In that space, we have our services mainly focused on Odyssey, and then also working on with real-world evidence, real-world data, and then also how we move on in providing some of the cutting-edge tools that goes into R&D development. So this is, in a nutshell, about what Global Value Web is, how we are working with the principal goal of enabling patient-to-patient value chain-driven organization. Similarly, if you look into our overall overview or holistic view, what we see here, we have been supporting companies across the globe, enabling mainly their performance and then also their growth. We have been working with over 30 global sites across the world, be it in the US, be it in the Europe, be it in India and many other parts of the world. And some of our labs that we work with are over 75 plus quality labs. And then also we have a cumulative experience of over 400 years, which probably is the oldest one that you might think. But yes, when we put together some of the teams that we have, the experts that we have in the industry, the cumulative experience goes beyond 400. And then also with over 150 plus professionals. So in a nutshell, what we do as a core in terms of digital transformation, generally what we see with the organizations that we work with around don't really necessarily, can you click the other side? No, the same one. Yeah, when you go and see the level of organizations that we see, the more preference is given to the technology. And technology is very, very important, very critical, but that's not the only thing. And then also processes. Process is also something which we also see generally organizations working with, where they are very, very focused on process-driven companies. But then what we see at Global Value Web is the top priority that we give is for people, because I think it is without people we will never be able to really achieve what we want to do and how we want to do. And that comes with the right people doing the right things, with who have the right expertise to handle and work with the data. And data we are hearing a lot about data, especially in the last couple of years, where there is a lot of data integrity, data analytics, data handling, data management. All of this is becoming very, very, very important. And that actually ends from hospitals or patient to pharma, to biotech, wherever you're working with any domain, any segment, when you want to understand anything, or when you want to interpolate or corroborate and correlate and put a scientific information to behind it, you really need to handle the right level of the data. And that is where I think we combinedly work together, bringing people, data, process, and technology together, more of a digital transformation that we really are assisting and working with organizations who are in that journey. So that's a nutshell about Global Value Web, who we are and what we do. The rest of the talk will be given by our Vice President for Innovation, Parthiban, who is actually driving the innovation division, and I think he's going to show you something very exciting of how AI tools are being used in terms of the data processing, and he'll walk you also on the rest of the presentation. So I hope you all will be able to really learn and also at the same time interact with us on how you are moving in this journey and how we can work together with you all. Thank you very much for that, and I welcome Parthi.
Thank you, Krishna. So artificial intelligence, machine learning, bots, we are hearing so many times, so many industries, so many business cases. So what we are trying to do is want to bring artificial intelligence into laboratory master data processing. So why do we want to do that? So obviously there are challenges. These are the pain points that we would like to address. So we have the master data, our samples are growing, labs are growing, products are growing, so your laboratory master data load is high, and then sometimes you have the data that is not that's not correct, and we always have the regulatory challenges that we need to tackle, and of course now everything is manually driven, so it is less efficient, and it takes more effort. And one of the major things we see is we are putting right now we are using RSPLM, which is a open source PLM application. So where all the objects are stored, and we do the change management, and we also do the lifecycle processes, which enables collaboration across functions. And again, we would use a REST API or web connections to transfer the data across the. Okay, this is a one demo that we have, one document that is undergoing a change. Some 3 tests are undergoing change, and for that, prior to that, we are preparing the data. So I just wanted to show the concept of it. This, unfortunately, we are not able to run the application here, but I will just show the. This is the data model that we have used to convert a document to data-centric model. So a specification undergoes a change control, and PLM has got a change control option. So we are utilizing that options and updating the specification as a data table. That would be really considered for the expert role, which is our AI application that we are using. So this is a demo that. Okay, this is the AI application. Again, we are not unable to run the application. We are using a demo here. But what you see on the left is the basic tools, tools that are used to build the knowledge bases, and also the we have the advanced tool that can really help in the configuration, and you also have the artificial intelligence tools that we see here, a lot of machine learning options that are available. Here we are taking a simple spec, and then spec we are retrieving the information from a PLM, and we have a way of determining what are the tests that needs to be changed, and that is a very simple thing, how different tests that are present in the specification, and what are needs to be changed. And here we see that 3 tests that appear in assay and loss on drying that needs changes. So, and I'm just going to simulate how it is going to happen for the better demonstration. I'm putting some notification screens. So it's running now. So again, we retrieve the information from PLM, and then we have the data exchange that is happening with the LIMS to get the data structures of various parameters, like you have the variant structures of assay, loss on drying, and so on. So once the bot receives all the information, it produces a master data report, and this master data report is again containing all the changes that were done, and this would be submitted for the review and validation, and from there it goes on. So again, if we have the web interfaces available, once your review is completed, we can push the data back into your LIMS system. This is again a very quick peek into how we are doing with the product lifecycle management application. This is again from. I think this is again a video. So these are on the left tab, you see the different options, change management, drug product, how this is organized. So we are taking one particular product, SP007, and this is what the expert rule actually did it. And here we are taking this product, and we are implementing a change here. So in the demo, we are showing how the spec would look like in the PLM application. And there are 3 tests that are undergoing changes. So this is the change control. Again, change control like a track-wise. You can create the change controls in the product lifecycle management application itself. And once this change controls is really taking a lot of time, and there are so many stakeholders that are involved, so you need to have a workflow system that need to be organized. So those configurations can be done here. So once those configurations are done, then we would be able to effect the changes. So we see that one more version of the product has been created. So, uh, so we tried few things in automation. We have done pilots, and we are in the process of rolling out to these applications to the customers. So, what are the learnings from this exercise? One is it cannot be automated. Our processes are very complex, very diverse, and it has to undergo a lot of regulatory checks and so on. So human in the loop is something we cannot get away with it. So that has to be a part of your automation design. And other thing we learned is there are so many master data types that we are handling: specification, sample plans, work items, and so on and so forth. So does it really make sense to bring all the master data types for automation? No. So you need to choose your battle wisely. Which are all the most frequent changed master data objects? You focus on that, you will get most benefits out of that. And the third thing is, definitely there would be always challenges in accessing your LIMS or PLM or any other application that your data has to be interfaced with. So your data governance model has to be very robust in tackling those resistance and constraints. And also, this this is not something like a silver bullet which can solve all the problems. For each of the lab and the systems processes, there are their own customization needs or their own little tweaks that needs to be done. So, and our final point is the skill sets of the our analyst. They need to be very conversant with the tools, the build tools that I showed. They need to become conversant with those options. Only then it would be possible to work with this kind of automation applications. So finally, if you're able to do that, we are able to see that it is significantly improving efficiency, quality, turnaround times, and scalability. So
Great.
I think,
I'm sorry, Parsi. I will have to stop you
yeah,
sometime
I
of
think
time.
I'm done.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thank you.
So there were a couple of demos played, as you can see. For me, I mean, obviously they were very complex for me, but I'm sure you would have some idea of what that was. If we have anyone question, we can take one question for Parthi. Do we have any questions for Parthi? Okay. Parthi and Dr. Krishna is available on the booth outside. The demo, what they played here, they would be more than happy to show you in more details as to how it exactly works and what is all the information that's been played with. So I would request all of you to kindly see them as well for all your further queries. For now, Parthi, before I let you go, I would like to call on stage our MD, Ms. Gunithar, to please present a token of appreciation. I'm sorry, Krishna, I have one trophy which, so I think both of
Too
you can come.
bad, too bad. I'm very disappointed. On this one. Can you please join us for the picture? Yeah. They all have been doing fantastic job for putting all of this together and also on the booth. So I encourage everyone to come and have more one-on-one interactions. I always believe that when there are no questions, that means either you completely understood or you didn't understood anything. So I'll take the other way around, you know.
No, but certainly you can take the discussions in the break as well, because such kind of elaborative conversation usually happens over the time of break. So please ask questions.
Yeah, thank you.
Do one thing, Ishan, let them
Oh, yeah, definitely. That'll be good. So we should.
We present in the picture, so let's do this for them. Ready, Chuck? 1, 2, 3, yes!
Thank you.